Hey YouTube, it's Ellie Bee. Welcome back to the One Size Fits None Life YouTube channel. Before I get started on how I lost 90 pounds and kept it off, I do want to apologize for my crappy video quality. The team and I spent a lot of time discussing, brand fluidity and what we want our videos to look like, and purchasing really high quality equipment, and all that's really, really exciting, but I don't always have access to my team. And sometimes I just feel inspired to share some free knowledge with my lady beasts, and so fuck it, I'm gonna post some low quality videos. So I'm very sorry about the poor lighting, the poor audio, the poor everything. You're probably gonna hear my dogs at some point, but here we go. Here's some free knowledge on how I lost 90 pounds and how I kept it off. So, number one, brought to you by, big shout out Alan Waddy. He's an IFBB and NPC posing, nutrition, and weightlifting coach. Phenomenal. He's a mentor of mine that was very kind and generous with his time, and volunteered with a lot of younger athletes to teach our dumbasses about how to lose weight in a really, really healthy, positive way. So thank you. This is coming directly from a pro, sharing it with you for free, so keep it on the down low. Kidding, don't keep it on the down low. Share it with everybody that you care about. Number one, find a coach you trust, listen to them, and ignore everybody else, right? That's a three-parter. Find a coach you trust. Number one, find somebody who's been through what you're going through. Right? There's a running joke in my gym that's, I'll tell people, don't ask a skinny bitch how to get skinny. She might not know. Right? So find somebody that's been through what you're going through or has accomplished what you're trying to accomplish, and get as much knowledge from them as you possibly can, whether that's free or paid, whether that's us, whether that's someone else, whether that's a random Instagram, whether that's a girl at your gym that you've seen drop 50 pounds. Hit her up. Find somebody you trust. Listen to them. Ignore everybody else. Okay? Everyone and their mother is a trainer these days. And on top of it, everyone wants to help you, which comes from a really great place. But when it becomes public that you're losing weight or that you're on this fitness journey, everyone starts putting their 2 cents in. And one thing we'll talk about in point number 3 is there's different methods for everybody, but you cannot blend them all. Okay, so if you have a coach who's telling you, all right, you're going to lift weights really heavy 5 days a week, and you got someone else saying, all right, do a keto diet, those don't always go together unless you have a very particular type of metabolism. So ignore everybody else, right? YouTube, Instagram, everybody's got advice for you. You cannot follow it all. And I'm a really, really strong believer that every time you try something and fail, you're less likely to try it again, right? If you've been to a different program 17 times and none of them have worked, you're like, fuck it, these programs just don't work. But that's not the case. You're not doing the right program, period, right? That's what I love about fitness. It's science. We will figure it out, even if it takes a few different methods, a few different tries, maybe getting your blood work done. There's always a way to get to where you want to go, even for that very small percentage that has a thyroid issue. I know everyone and their mom has a thyroid issue. Most of you don't, first of all. Or a lot of you that do, it could actually be corrected by a good diet, which is what I find kind of ironic, right? I'll have clients tell me, oh, I can't lose weight because of my thyroid. But if you just ate healthy for 6 to 8 weeks, your thyroid issue would actually level out, and then it would kind of snowball. So anyway, unless you've been tested and a doctor told you have a thyroid issue, at which point you should be medicated anyway, there is a way that will work for you, I promise, no matter how much you've struggled, okay? So, find a coach you like, listen to them, ignore everyone else. Number 2, it's not that major, okay? Again, I've been where you're at, and the fact that you're watching this video probably means there's some improvements you're trying to make, whether they're big or small. I remember sitting at the edge of my bed crying, going, oh my God, I have to go to the gym. I can't do this every day for the rest of my life, right? It feels so incredibly overwhelming. I have to eat different for the rest of my life. I have to train different for the rest of my life. I have to do this, and this. That's a hard pill to swallow, but it's not that major, honestly. Once you get started, and we'll talk about more of that at point 3, is excuse me, my production team is going to be so mad at me for posting this, but I don't care. Right, it's not that major. For me, I really mentally had to take it in day by day, meal by meal, right? It's going to be overwhelming if you think, all right, the next year I got to do all this shit different. What's not overwhelming is waking up and going, all right, I'm going to make this breakfast. Oh, hey, I'm going to spend 20 minutes walking outside instead of watching TV in the morning. Oh, hey, when I go to buy my lunch at work, which I'm going to buy anyway, I might as well get a salad with some chicken instead of this burrito. It's not that major. It's moment by moment, hour by hour, meal by meal. And by the end of the year, you get to look back and go, oh shit, I did it, right? So, not that major. Chill out, meal by meal, hour by hour. Everything's going to be fine. Time's going to pass anyway. Number 3, find a method that works for you. Okay, not all of us are ready to hire a coach, but we have enough self-motivation to be trying different methods. Take different classes, go to yoga, go to kickboxing, go to, I love bodybuilding. It's my absolute passion. That one's tricky because you got to learn how to lift weights, but go to a million different classes, train with a million different people, try different sports. If you enjoy it and it gets you excited to go to the gym, especially if you're just starting out, do that shit. That's the program for you. Okay, the number one best thing a coach can instill in a client early on is the love of fitness, right? If you truly love the process, you're gonna get there, even if it's not the most efficient way, right? I'm a strong believer. A lot of science backs up that the best metabolic exercise in the world is resistance training, period. And most coaches that I've spoken to would agree with me. Resistance training is going to be weightlifting, bands, right? Pushing or pulling things to gain muscle and lose body fat. Hands down, the most metabolic exercise. This means it burns the most fat, saves the most amount of muscle, aka it makes you look banging the quickest, which for me was my number one goal when I started. I'm not gonna lie, I was like 20 years old. I was like, I just want to be hot. I don't care about health. Obviously, it grew into a lot more, but anyway, so keep that in mind. Number one, find a coach you trust, mentor, listen to them, ignore everybody else. Number two, chill the fuck out. It's not that major. Just make some healthier choices every meal, get moving a little more than you did yesterday, and you'll get to where you want to go eventually. Number three, find a method that works for you, and whatever works for you is what keeps you going to the gym, right? If you find, I loved kickboxing and I've done it for 6 months and I plateaued, hit us up. We'll teach you something new. But at that point, the love of fitness is already there. And while I am a hippie through and through, there's so much science behind this, guys. It's not just that we want you to love fitness. It's that once the brain connects serotonin patterns and the synapses are able to shoot off these endorphins you get from the gym, you can then start to spot replace what you were doing with, hey, I'll go to kickboxing 3 times a week and weightlift 1. And you'll still enjoy that weightlifting session. Does that make sense? So we're gonna trick the brain out and use our biology for us instead of against us. Sound good? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for putting up with my really, really poor video quality. I know it's not great, but this is Ellie Bee with One Size Fits None Life. Please subscribe. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, all that jazz. It's all One Size Fits None or One Size Fits None Life. One of the two. It's Ellie and Cree. You'll find us. Again, I don't know what I'm doing with technology, but I appreciate you guys. I know how to lose weight. Thanks, guys. Feel free to send us any questions.